Hi guys, it is Erin the Hiking Stitcher coming back at you for Flosstube number 2. It is Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, and it is the hottest day here in Culpeper, Virginia by far. I think they said the heat index was going to be something like 110. So naturally, it's the perfect time to film another Flosstube. So today I have a couple of small life updates, a couple of things of haul, and a lot of whips. So let's just jump into it. So for life updates, as far as that goes, since I got back from Ragnar, Ohio, I filmed my first Flosstube the day I got home on the Monday after weekend day. And then 3 days later, I drove back to Zanesville, Ohio for Ragnar, Ohio. So what Ragnar is a trail race series and a road race series. It's a relay. So I was one of 8 members on a team, and we camp at a central site in Zanesville at Dillon State Park, actually. And one runner will go out and run the first loop, and then another runner will go out and run. And there's 3 loops total. So eventually all 8 runners do all 3 loops, an easy, a medium, and a hard. And in the middle in between, you camp, you sleep. And for me, it's a lot of fun. For some of you guys, you're thinking that is a special kind of torture. Last year, it was the hottest weekend of the year. This year, it wasn't so bad. We did have one thunderstorm that kicked us to our cars for a couple hours, which was nice because we at least had the AC. And by and large, I had a really great time doing it. The trails were tougher than I'm used to, but I got to see some really cool cypress knees. And if I can figure it out in the editing process, I am going to add a photo of that just because it is really cool. So I did that. It was about 15 miles total over 2 days. And then I came back, and last week I was just not feeling good. I got sick, I think, during StitchCon weekend day. I think all of us at our table ended up with some sort of just not feeling good. And so I came home, and instead of having a chance to rest, I came home and I turned right back around, went back to Ohio, and ran 15 miles over 2 days on little sleep. So when I got back last Sunday, I think I just spent this week just wiped out. I got a lot of stitching done, but I didn't really get up to the mountains to hike. Just doing housework wiped me out. So today's the first day I'm really feeling good. I did go see Alison Krauss and Robert Plant in concert on Wednesday, and that was a concert I've been waiting for almost 20 years, since their first album came out. I've been a huge Alison Krauss fan since I've been a kid, and so hearing a bluegrass person pairing up with one of the singers from Led Zeppelin, to me, it just works. It makes for a really cool sound and a really great just concert. So that was fun. So that's really all in the way of life updates. I've been sitting here stitching and just finally getting settled in. So let's go through. I did get a few pieces of haul this week, in the last 2 weeks, I should say, and then a lot of whips done. So let me jump into the haul. The first thing I got was Moonrise Snail from Black Needle Society. This was something that was put up on their buy-sell trade site from somebody who no longer wanted it. And I have been eyeballing their snails for quite some time, and I don't have any. And since I love moons, this was the perfect thing. So thank you to Beth, who put this up. I can't wait to get this stitched. And then the second thing, the one that got me really excited, was I got my Forbidden Fiber pre-order of Bluey. My 3-year-old nephew absolutely loves Bluey. So when she put out a pre-order for a new kit, I of course had to jump on it. So it came in this really cool project bag, and it had already has its cute little charm on it. And inside the project bag is everything I'll need to work on this, so eventually I can get it done for my nephew. So the first thing that y'all are going to want to see, of course, is the pattern. So the pattern is wackadoo. And so those are a lot of sayings from Bluey. And I really just can't wait to stitch this. My nephew is going to love it. And then it came with fabric, bingo. And so it's this nice, just yellow neutral. And then it came with, what else did it come with? I know it's in here. And it came with all the floss I'm gonna need. So she kitted it up with all of her floss, which I love. So you've got vanilla blossom. We have powder. We have ladybug. We have bones. We have black magic. We have pickle. We have lemon curd. We have stump fest. We have midnight sky. And we have winter wonderland. So those are all the flosses that'll be needed for that. And last but not least, she actually comes with a needle minder. So I got this really cute bluey little needle minder to work on the project. So all of that came in this really cool bag. So I am excited. I don't know when I'm gonna start this, but that just made me super happy. And then my third piece of haul was inspired by Stitching Goddess designs from Athena. So I was watching her Flosstube and she kept showing this project called Mario Through the Ages. And I grew up playing Mario. I loved it. So when she told me it was a free pattern and she sent me the info, I had to buy it. So that's what it looks like. Sorry about the glare, So that is something that I have added to my stash. Again, I don't know when I'm gonna stitch it, but that's okay. So that's just a little bit of haul this week. And then I got a lot of stitching done. So I'm just gonna kind of go through my whips in no particular order. So the first one that's on top is 324. So this is as far as I've got. I got this done. Sorry, wait, which way do I go here? This way. I got this done. And so I got to meet the top knot stitcher at StitchCon, and she's the one doing the 324 Sal. So that inspired me to kind of jump back on this. And my goal is to have it done sometime in February. So the idea is that I would do 324 colors, which I've got, and do one motif a day starting on 324. Well, I didn't start it until May, so I'm kind of playing catch up here. But so far, on track. And then the next piece I've been working on is one of my Hades. This is Vintage Baker from Amy Stewart. I'm working on this using the Royal Rose method, so I actually have the whole top row done. And now I'm slowly working on the second. So I've been spending some time here with some cherry pie. So I got more of the lattice done. You can start to see a little bit of a leaf there for, I think there's going to be some cherries down here eventually. And I was inspired to stitch this because my grandmother and I used to bake all the time. And so when I saw this, it just reminded me so much of my grandmother that I had to work on it. So I bought it. Eventually, whenever I get this finished, this will go up in my kitchen. So that's Vintage Baker from Amy Stewart. And then I spent some more time with Nola. I showed you guys this in the last Flosstube. So this is where I'm at this week. So during StitchCon, I filled in a lot of this green. So now I've started to work on the flower and the magnolia, kind of filling that in. And then one of the fandom stitching challenges was 1,100 stitches in black. So I was able to get a lot of the black extended out, so you can start to see more of where the magnolia is going to go. So that was my project this week. And I've got my needle minder here from Jessie Marie. So my Whipco needle minder, because this is one of my Whipco calls this month. So this is Nola. The artist is Mandy Manzano, and it is on Hade. It's a Heaven and Earth. So then that's it for my big pieces, because that's usually what I work on. But thanks to Fandom Stitching Central, I've gotten a lot of work done on some of the smaller pieces. So one of the pieces I worked on is an antique fire truck. Looks like this. It's an old pattern from Busilla. And I got this probably in 2006-ish from Walmart. And I saw this, and so my dad actually is a firefighter, and he currently works for an organization, well, not works for, but he volunteers with an organization called SPAMFA. I don't remember what that stands for, but it's essentially like the Society for the Preservation of Antique Fire apparatus. So he goes around the country with his old fire trucks and does like what they call musters, so kind of like a car show, but with a bunch of old fire trucks. And so eventually this piece is going to go to him. I started it once when I got it in 2006, and I messed it up so badly I had to restart the whole thing. So this is where I'm at. So I've got the truck done. So I've really started working on the background this week. So this week I started getting a lot of the tan. So pretty much the main portion is done. I just have to do some backstitch. But I really just want to get the background done, and eventually that's going to go to my dad. So I'm actually really liking that one and thankful for a couple of fandom challenges that helped me work on that. And then I got a little bit more done on Beach Rat. I've got it in this cute little flamingo project bag from the Black Needle Society, from one of their boxes. So I started this at StitchCon, and I now have... Actually, you can see I've got most of the word, I've got B done, and I now have the start of a seagull head. So this is a fast stitch. I kind of have to force myself to pause and work on something else. But this is Beach Rat from the Artsy Housewife, and a whole bunch of us are doing it as a stitch along. So on Instagram, look for hashtag BeachRatSal. That you'll find a lot of people doing this project. So I got that done. And then let's see what else I've worked on. So I'm really forcing myself to work on the Celebrate All Year Stitch Along from the Black Needle Society. I've got the first 3 months done. I got January, February, March all complete. And then when we got into April, May, and June, it's on a dark fabric, and I'm not the biggest fan of stitching on dark fabric. So I've been focused a little bit on this. So I got a little bit more done. So April was National Astronomy Month. So I got some more of the kind of the flowers or the stars done, and I got this little planet done. So I'm more than halfway. And this is stitched on, I think, 32 count linen. I don't have the info with me on that. But slowly but surely, I'm getting this one done. So it'll be nice to just try to catch up. July, August, and September are on a much lighter fabric, so I'm hoping to really play catch up and get them all done by the end of the year. It's just that the dark fabric is very slow going for me. And I keep that entire series in this project bag from the Black Needle Society. I figured this would be a great thing because they're the ones that designed it. And then the last two pieces I really worked on, for Fandom Stitching Central, they're doing a Zero to Hero stitch along. So I forget the name of the designer, but there is a heroes pattern that's all the different Disney heroes in the shape of Mickey ears, and a corresponding villains one. So this is my heroes pattern. So in this week I got where is she? I got the Mouse from the Rescuers done, and I just need to fill in a couple of colors here to get caught up. I'm trying to do one a week. So this week was working on the heroes. So next week I'll work on a villain. And so that's the heroes piece. And then my villains. This one I kind of did the wrong way, but I think I'm still going to have enough, so it's went the wrong way. So I got Cruella de Vil done this week. So there's what I have done on villains so far. So up here is going to be the ear of the Mickey ear, and now I'm working over here. So now I got Cruella de Vil done this week. So I don't know where I'm going to go next week. I may go down here and work on something that's down here. I may go over. It just all depends on what kind of speaks to me when I get that done. So this one, I do have the info. This is actually on a piece of Grace Notes fabric called the Duke and I. So thank you to Grace Notes for having this in a previous Black Needle Society box of some sort, because it is the perfect color for the villains. And I'm keeping both of those in my Gilmore Girls project bag from the Winter and Stars Hollow box. No particular reason other than it was the project bag I had. I know some people try to coordinate the project bag with the pattern and everything. I try to, but when I can, I just go, hey, this fits. So that's what I've been stitching on this week. Let's see what else. And the other thing I've been working on, and I really can't show you. So Tara from Wild Woodman Crafts told me about a app called Notions when we were at StitchCon, and I finally went and I paid, I think it was like $9 to download it. You can get it online and then it comes to you. You can do it on your computer or you can do it as an app. And what it essentially is a cross-stitch inventory. So I have slowly been going through and putting in all of my patterns. So all of my whips, all of my completed stuff, going through all the patterns in my stash, all of your fabrics, all your floss, all your beads, everything. And so eventually I'll be able to say, hey, I'm looking for a skein of 318 and I don't have any in my stash. Where is it? And I can pull it up and say, oh, you have a skein of 318 with this project. So I have been working through that a little bit every day. So it has, so far I've determined that I have 47 works in progress. For me, that is a lot. I know some people have that number up in the hundreds, and kudos to you. But since most of my projects are on the larger side, having 47 is a lot. And then trying to keep track of which floss is with which project. So every day I've been doing that a little bit, and I'm actually getting ready to film a whip parade. So I'll probably work on that next week, just to show you everything that I've got. But I want to kind of keep digging and making sure there's not something in hiding in a drawer or something, and start to get a sense of what flosses I have, how much DMC I have, which is a lot. So that is the Notions. I think if you Google like cross stitch Notions app, I think it should come up. If I can find it, I'll put a link in the video. But other than that, that's really it for me for the last couple of weeks. Coming up, I'm getting ready for another year at Frogworts, so that pattern and that box will be coming soon. So when that comes, I will have a wonderful unboxing of year 5. Next weekend, or next week, I will know what my WhipGo numbers for July are. And so rather than just doing a goal for each WhipGo call, I use my WhipGo boards to determine what my focus projects are for the month. So that'll be coming up, and hoping to get up in the mountains this week. It's still going to be hotter than blazes, but I haven't been in the mountains in 3 weeks. And so I need some time up in the mountains. And other than that, I'm just, tooling along, enjoying a hot summer. So anyhow, so with that, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y things. Thank you to all of you who watched my first video and said, yes, you should do a second one. So here's my second one. So thank you so much to all of you who've done that. And in the meantime, go ahead and enjoy life. And remember to stitch your own stitch. Have a wonderful, wonderful couple weeks.